But before we jump on into game number 3, we want to take a second to tell you about our main league sponsor. It is MythLogic, a local company to us. They build some really awesome gaming rigs. They've been so kind as to put up a pretty decent wad of cash to give to the winners of the various leagues. They are Master, Grandmaster, Platinum, Diamond, and Gold. I think it's Platinum, Diamond, Gold, and Bronze, Silver, Gold is the bottom league. They even have a cash prize. Diamond and Platinum is a separate league, and Master, Grandmaster, the prize increasing as you move on up. $700 total going to the winner of the Master, Grandmaster League, so big thanks to MythLogic. If you would go out to Twitter and show your appreciation, give them a follow. Next time you look for a gaming PC, definitely check them out. They have some pretty awesome custom laptops that compete with the best, and also tweet to them and tell them thanks for sponsoring SC2CTL and Grassroots Esports. If you would be so kind to tag SC2CTL and us in it so we can see it as well, that would be awesome. Also, while you're on that note, on Twitter, check out at WingnutSC and at Gallegation. We are your casters, commentators here throughout this entire season and last season. We've been around a while now, so we love and enjoy doing this.
By the Grays.
Yeah, look at this one. This is even worse.
Woo.
But show the love and follow us on Twitter as well, and tag us. We'll keep you abreast and updated of any casting or time updates as well. So that's all cool stories. Also, if you look at our intro there, we have a new sponsor, Chairs for Gaming. We'll get into them more later. They are pretty awesome as well. But moving on into game number 3, we're at a tie score, 1-1.
That is absolutely right. And from Integrity Gaming, we're going to be seeing Panda Bear Me versus MicroGamerZ Mysticism. Mysticism is, you may have known him as Galaxy. He's got a Twitch account. I'm going to put that in the chat. It's SteadyHead21. But he's most strongly associated with his former and current team, MVP. Prior to MVP, he lived in the Project Supreme house. And these guys, I swear, the MicroGamerZ, they know their dates on things, man.
Yeah, they keep a logbook.
Yeah, in July 26th, 2011, he joined Team Gosu Gamers and left them on December 2nd. He subsequently joined the team Rising Star, but after they disbanded, Galaxy returned to MVP. Then on March 26th, 2013, he was removed from the roster of MVP, and then subsequently joined MicroGamerZ February 2nd, 2014 under his new name, Mysticism. He offers coaching at $15 an hour. If you like this, if you like what you see here, you could probably hit him up on his Twitch channel, or if somebody in chat who's a teammate of his wants to post his Twitter if he has one, so that people can get in touch with him if they want to take advantage of those coaching services. But then from Integrity Gaming, we've got Panda Bear Me. He's got a Twitter account, which is Panda Bear Me SC2. That's also going in the chat for everybody to see. He started playing January 15th, 2011, after his World of Warcraft friend recommended it. He got Grandmasters on October 21st of this past year. Man, these teams with their dates, man. They just, they keep it down. And has since focused on developing tournament and team builds, and he was able to achieve the round of 16 GSL Global Championship qualifier, round of 8 on a MSI Saturday Showdown series, and round of 16 in the Reddit Open.
That's some pretty good credentials there.
Yeah, not bad.
But with that, we are ready to jump on into game number 3. As we said, we have a tie score, 1-1. And another ZVZ for you this evening, Gallegation.
Ooh, I like these ZVZs. You know, I swear, while there's a lot of matchups that specialize in, positioning, and that's true when you start getting into Swarm Hosts with ZVZ, but we're going to imagine that Swarm Hosts have already been reimagined and that we don't have to worry about the way that those go. The early ZVZ is all about control, and that's what I love about it. You got to really get in there, and you've got to be accurate with your clicking, and you have to be quick. You've got to have your actions per minute really, really high, and you got to watch those banelings because they are coming for you. It's just great fun. I love
Honestly,
it.
That's what terrifies me the most when I play Zerg is the banelings. I'm like, I know, I got to get something to defend against that. But before we get too far, introducing our players on King Sejong Station LE in the upper left-hand corner, wearing the blue carapace this evening, representing Integrity Gaming. It is Panda Bear Me.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, representing MicroGamerZ, it is Mysticism. Rocking that gas trick there.
Gas trick is fun times. I don't care if it's better or not. I love doing it just because it's a neat little thing. But
you kind of feel like you're hacking the game a little bit when you do it.
It does. It's like, I bet they didn't think of this. I'm sure they did, but nonetheless, makes you feel awesome. As we see some overlords, whenever I see overlords crossed in each other like this, I always envision a episode of StarCrafts in my head with them waving at each other as they go by.
Yep.
Fun times. Pool going down from Panda Bear Me. This is going to be pretty awesome. Looks like he's going to be the one with the early Lings expansion coming out of Mysticism. This map is really insanely goofy with the natural expansion here right out in front with rocks on one side and a ramp on the other.
And this is going to be really interesting, too, because Panda Bear Me is going to be able to scout this out much faster than he normally would on a different map. So he's going to know about that expansion, and he's going to see the timing on it. He's probably going to be able to assume that his opponent's pool is delayed based on how far along that expansion is. So there's a lot of information there.
Yeah, I really, really hate this map as Protoss because, seriously, it's impossible to defend. But yeah, this is a ZVZ, so as we were getting into the mirror matchups, you were saying that ZVZ is all about the control and everything. It seems like every matchup has its own sort of dynamic that is unique to it, but as we see, no gas here from Panda Bear Me. Interesting, so we're going to have a lot of slowlings here and a lot of drones, but, you know, as in Protoss, it's more about the mind games. We always say that, and this more about just, control, but in a different way. And Terran's just about who can make the most Marines, you know.
Indeed. Panda Bear Me now going to scout the main base, is going to be able to see that gas, going to see that spawning pool.
The early Lings of Panda Bear Me are going to become advantageous here as they are headed out into the base of Panda Bear Me. Mysticism does have Lings of his own here, but there are going to be a couple extra here eventually if you can just keep them alive long enough. Now he just has to get them all together. He is getting a lot of scouting around done, but this queen is going to pop out, which is going to make this a swing towards the favor of Mysticism. You know, with it being such a long distance and the Lings being slow, it does give the advantage to the defender once again. The queen is going to poke away. Oh, is going to get one Ling down to, looks like, 1 or 2 hit points and stab away at the Overlord as well. But that injured Ling still staying alive, hanging in there, healing himself up.
Mysticism putting his Baneling nest right at the forefront there, almost like he wants him to see it. Which, I mean, you can assume what's going on there, but the queen is very far out of position. 3 Lings remain here for Mysticism, but those Lings of Panda Bear Me are very low in health. He's going to get those out of there, and he only looks like he lost 1 there, I think.
Yeah, I definitely was beginning to wonder that queen getting so far out, but the Baneling nest is about to finish as well as Zergling speed for Mysticism, so this is going to be a pretty big swing coming back the other way. But where did those Lings go? He sent some across the map.
They kind of...
they're hanging around.
Doing some scouting, yeah.
But no, not even going for speed for Panda Bear Me. He's going directly for the roaches.
And that's going to be a pretty good idea, considering that the Baneling nest is down now.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he does have this... that Ling does just sneak past. He's going to see exactly what's going on. He did see the Roach Horn at the front. So he's going to know that those Banelings aren't going to be all that fruitful. Sees no gas in the main base, and he did see the 2 at the expansion. So counting those number of gases, you can narrow down the certain things you can do, but also seeing that the spawning pool is not jiggling and no speed on the Lings that he did encounter. So, Baneling's trying to morph in the corner of Panda Bear Me's base, but the queen's on top of the job this evening, taking those down before they even get to come out.
Absolutely. Mysticism moving a single Baneling kind of across the map, all on its lonesome. That's not always the smartest decision, but we'll see what goes on there.
I do love seeing how they just kind of crawl along.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's hoping to achieve with that. I mean, Panda Bear Me has a lot of queens.
Yeah, that queen is coming out at just the right time and does spot that Baneling coming in. He's like, run away!
Run away!
I can see what he was trying to do there because that ramp is so big, and if the queens were trying to block off that hole he had there, you could potentially squeak one in here behind the gas geyser into the mineral line if he wasn't paying attention, but he was and did not get that in there. This queen, though, is getting a little excessive on the distance off creep here.
Man, this is really interesting because both players are kind of playing mind games on the other one now. Mysticism is now making roaches and getting his missile attacks upgrade, while in the meantime, Me is going for the Zerglings and metabolic boost.
It is kind of smart, though, because, with Mysticism getting the Baneling nest up, he hasn't really committed to Zerglings or Banelings all that much, just one or two here and there. And
he
now
does have a large force of roaches, though. He's got 12 on the field.
Yeah, but if now Panda Bear Me does get a pretty giant swell of Zerglings in addition to the roaches he does have, that can be pretty advantageous, especially if there's no Banelings on the side of Mysticism to deal with those Zerglings. And they are headed across the map right now in force.
Yes, they are, and that Baneling is heading back into the main base of Panda Bear Me, so it is not going to be useful in this fight as everything is going down. Mysticism is trying to make a wall there with his roaches and his queen, but it's not going all that great. And oh no, he was trying to move his drones, and now they're just in the fight as well.
I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. It looked like he was trying to run them away or maybe sandwich from the back, but now all the drones just getting chewed up by those roaches. Panda Bear Me doing a lot of damage here. The units of Mysticism going down quickly, trying to reinforce here, but only a couple roaches popping out at a time.
Yeah, and Panda Bear Me's roaches are still doing a lot of damage, while Mysticism does have the... Oh, he didn't get that yet. So his missile attacks is still going down, so he doesn't have that advantage at all. Panda Bear Me doing damage, trying to kill what he can with these remaining roaches in the meantime back at home, remaking some army.
But now as soon as he does kill off these roaches, another giant swing of Zerglings is going to be coming in here to the third base of Mysticism. This is going to go down quite handily. Roach is going to come in to try and defend away, but is not going to get it done. The little Zerglings come out to try and deal with the roaches, but the number for Mysticism is beginning to grow. But Panda Bear Me coming down with yet another batch of Zerglings. Speed is all done now. One roach left, getting a little bit of a surround there. Two roaches. Last one goes down, so this base is now going to fall.
Yeah, and the drone count right now is telling the story here. Panda Bear Me has 45 drones compared to the 24 of Mysticism. He has quite the hole that he needs to get out of.
I like what Panda Bear Me is doing right here. He's gone in, done his damage. He has his third base up, and he killed a lot of drones. Killed a base, and now he's just going to go on home and macro up. He's going to get his roach speed, get burrow, get his attacks upgrades, and just try and extend his advantage rather than going in and sillily wasting a lot of units, because there is still a good position here that Mysticism could defend, with his choke points and defender's advantage and whatnot. So smart for Panda Bear to just go on back and build up his army, knowing that his opponent is beaten down pretty bad.
But he's not just abandoning the front. He does have two overseers kind of making sure that things are kind of status quo back in the main base here, checking out the main there of Mysticism and also keeping an eye on that third base. So he's just confirming what he probably already had a hunch of, that he has a fairly strong lead here and can kind of take his time in terms of what he wants to do. More
roaches popping up for Panda Bear Me here. Looking at the income, you can tell the story. 1,600 and 400 for Panda Bear, and only 1,100, 300 for Mysticism. So the mining potential of Panda Bear is so much greater than his opponent. Now that he has a much larger army, he's going to move across the map. Also seeing that this third base has gone back down again and keep his opponent down.
Yeah, and this is smart, is to try and keep that third base down. And frankly, just Mysticism doesn't have the units to be able to thrust this off. I mean, if you look at the food count even here, that's also telling the story. And there's the GG.
Yeah, he didn't even want to do it. I'm out of here. I don't want it.
We both know how this ends.
So, we were talking about mind games as far as Protoss, but I feel like that was a very mind-gamey ZVZ.
Yeah,
one of the most,
absolutely.
Probably one of the most interesting I've seen in the last little bit here. Different strategies. What did you think of that?
I thought it was kind of fun to watch. You react to the information that you have, and I thought that Panda Bear Me did a really good job of putting down the Roach Warren as soon as he saw the Baneling nest, making a lot of roaches, and then kind of showing his opponent. His opponent saw Mysticism sees the roach nest. He sees what's going to happen and decides that he's going to go roaches himself. And then once Panda Bear Me sees that, he goes back to Zerglings, gets a roach Zergling army, and was really able to kind of push his opponent onto his back heels. Really, really fun to watch, and cool to see each player try and react to what his opponent's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely enjoyed that game, but we're going to take a quick break, but not before I answer a question. Is Wingnut SC related to that dude from American Pickers TV show? No, it's not, even though I do love that show. One of my favorites. It's because I'm a giant Red Wing fan. I've had the name Wingnut in gaming since I was started gaming. And
that was a long time ago.
Added SC to the end when I started playing StarCraft because everybody's doing it. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break here real quick before jumping into game number 4. So stick with us. We'll be right back.